It makes sense that you would think that luxury in Sioux Falls actually is about hitting a certain price point or maybe beautiful quartz countertops and oversized garages. But after 15 years of working in interior design and real estate, I can tell you that that's exactly how people end up overpaying for something that just looks expensive. What I'm about to share today goes against how most people define luxury, and honestly, most agents as well. In order to showcase this, I have two beautiful luxury homes and one more that's in process of being built that showcase why I think luxury is a bit different. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to spot it too. In Sioux Falls, true luxury actually starts before you come in the front door. Some things to start focusing on is where is the house located? Location is crucial, but also lot size, orientation of the house. Does it have mature trees? How much do you see your neighbors? All of those things come into play in how luxurious your home is going to feel. And don't forget, Sioux Falls is actually located on the prairie, so the wind around here is real. So how high the house sits, how much windbreak you have, all of that is also important to remember because our weather is a little wild. Now, new construction plays a huge role in our luxury market here in Sioux Falls, but one of the things you want to pay attention to is where the house sits. So any vacant land within proximity to a new build, you want to know what's coming there, what's being developed, what is it going to look like in 5 or 10 years. So before you fall in love with that kitchen, make sure you fall in love with the land it sits on. Okay, now that the land checks out, the first thing you see when you pull up is the next piece to pay attention to, because what the outside of the home looks like tells you a lot about what's going on inside. So when I look at a home, I'm looking at window placement, design, thoughtful materials. All of those things, along with great landscaping and curb appeal, make a huge difference in a luxury home. Now that the beautiful exterior drew you in, there are a lot of elements that I look for in a luxury home that show that it's real luxury. Things like windows, doors, structural elements like ceiling heights, and the construction materials like beautiful hardwood engineered floors like these. Looking at cabinetry, you've got quartz countertops, but then looking at the construction style with dovetail, soft close, those things actually matter. So that's why having over 15 years of interior design experience gives me and my clients a little bit of an edge. So I want to tell you a little story about a family that I helped last year. They were obsessed with new construction. They thought that was absolutely the direction they wanted. The beautiful magazine-worthy homes were definitely appealing. But as we went out and we started looking at homes, they started to notice that maybe the lot sizes were a bit smaller than they preferred. You were kind of on top of your neighbors. The finishes were beautiful, but they weren't the quality level that they were really looking for. So I suggested that we pivot. We went and looked at some existing luxury homes on the market, and we started to see a difference. You could see that there were beautiful woodwork that was well done and didn't show any nail holes or marks. We saw way better materials when we went through, and the things that really stood out were custom features that you just don't see in some new construction homes. So we found them a beautiful existing home, and with a few cosmetic updates like paint and light fixtures and things like that, they got the best of both worlds. A very well-built home in a beautiful location, great lot size, and then with those updates, they still look magazine worthy, and they couldn't be happier. This home actually reminds me of the home my clients ended up falling in love with. The next area that I want to talk about when it comes to luxury is function. The way that a home actually functions for you and your family is more important than the way it looks. So having something like a walk-in pantry where you can do life, you can have plenty of groceries and snacks for the kids. You have a functional kitchen layout where you can host and entertain and cook all of those holiday meals. And then don't get me started on making sure we have a mud room, a drop zone, a laundry room. All of those things are super important for the longevity of you living in your space, because you want to be there for 5 to 10 to maybe even 15 years. And the home needs to function for you throughout that entire time. For me, it's always about finding the right fit for you and your family. So when we're walking through spaces, I'm always going to point out the potential positives and negatives of a space and ask you, how are you actually going to use these spaces so you can start to visualize what it would be like to live there. And one final layer that most buyers don't ask about, but they feel it every month in their energy bills, is the energy efficiency of a home. And true luxury, especially in South Dakota winters, has to do with how a home is built. We're here in an energy efficient build where it's just done differently. We've got different insulation techniques, European windows, and so much energy efficient build science that creates a much more comfortable environment to live in. So let's check out these European windows. As you can see, they have a different locking mechanism than the American-made version of these windows. They lock and they are incredibly airtight. We do have real winters and real summers here in South Dakota, so the airtightness and the insulation of a home is very important. Even in an existing home, you want to ask about the construction, the insulation, and the HVAC systems, because honestly, that quiet comfort is more luxury than you think. Luxury in Sioux Falls is not about how it hits a certain price point or how beautiful the home looks. It's about how it actually functions for you and your family and the quality construction. So now that you know what to look for, like the lot and the land and location it's in, the curb appeal on the outside of the home, quality materials, the functionality and layout, and last but not least, the energy efficiency, now you know what to really look for in a luxury home. So if you and your family are looking to move up here in the Sioux Falls community or relocate to the area, make sure you check out my luxury checklist in the description below. And if you learned something today, hit that like and subscribe button, and I hope to see you in the next video.